Texas added more new residents than almost any other state for 3 years running. The cost of living was the story. The land was endless. The winters were survivable. But here is what the brochure left out. United Van Lines now classifies Texas as a balanced state, meaning as many people are leaving as arriving. The Texas Tribune put it plainly. Texas now leads the nation in supplying new residents to other states. People who came for the dream are loading up trucks and heading out. One of the cities at the top of that exit list is not who most people would name. If you are planning a move to Texas, or already living there, these are 10 of those cities. Starting with number 10. Let's look at city number 10. City number 10. Louisville. Denton County, along I-35E, population just over 100,000. Louisville sits at the northern edge of the DFW Metroplex, close enough to Dallas to look affordable on paper, far enough to make the commute punishing in reality. According to Redfin, the median home price in Louisville crossed $380,000 in 2024, up 62% since 2020. But buyer activity dropped 21% year over year as remote work policies reversed and the commute math stopped working. Louisville is 30 miles north of Dallas on the most congested corridor in Texas. No direct rail, no relief valve. Summers push 100 degrees for weeks. A Louisville homeowner writing on the Dallas subreddit in late 2024 put it directly, "We bought here because it was 20% cheaper than Carrollton in 2019. Now the price gap is gone, and the commute is still 45 minutes on a good day." If the suburb math no longer works, the exit lane is north. Denton sits 18 miles up US 380, smaller college town cost base, median home prices running $30,000 to $40,000 below Louisville's current market. City number 9. Garland. Dallas County, along I-30, population approximately 246,000. Garland is one of Dallas's oldest inner-ring suburbs, built for the post-war boom, now carrying a tax burden that reflects 40 years of deferred infrastructure cost. According to Dallas County Appraisal District records, the effective property tax rate in Garland runs between 2.3 and 2.5% of assessed value. On the median home, $312,000 in early 2024, that is between $7,200 and $7,800 per year in property tax alone. The structural issue is age. Garland's housing stock averages over 40 years old. Roof replacements, HVAC upgrades, and foundation repairs in North Texas clay soil eat the affordability margin the price tag promised. A Garland resident quoted by D Magazine in 2023 described it plainly. "Property tax went up $3,100 in 2 years on a house that needed a new roof. We moved to Rockwall." The exit most residents take is Rowlett, 14 miles east on I-30, newer housing stock, lower appraised values running 8 to 12% below Garland's current median. City number 8. Sugar Land. Fort Bend County, along US 59, population approximately 120,000. Sugar Land was one of Houston's most desirable suburbs for 2 decades. Master-planned, high-income, low crime. Then Hurricane Beryl made landfall in July 2024. Sugar Land lost power for up to 11 days in some neighborhoods. Fort Bend County sustained an estimated $2 billion in damage. Flood insurance premiums in the area rose an average of 35% in the 6 months following Beryl, according to National Flood Insurance Program renewal data. The structural problem is layered. Sugar Land sits in the Brazos River floodplain. The region flooded badly in Harvey 2017, again in 2019, and now Beryl 2024. 3 floods in 7 years is not bad luck. It is a disclosed risk that the insurance market has now priced. A Sugar Land homeowner posting to the Fort Bend County subreddit in August 2024 wrote, "We had 11 days without power. Insurance went up $4,200 at renewal. We are done." If the flood risk is your concern, Missouri City sits 12 miles north on US 59. Higher elevation, lower flood zone exposure, median home prices running 15% below Sugar Land's current market. City number 7. Conroe. Montgomery County, along I-45, population approximately 104,000. Conroe absorbed massive growth from Houston's northern expansion, one of the fastest-growing mid-sized cities in Texas between 2015 and 2022. But growth without infrastructure investment is a different story. Hurricane Beryl in 2024 left large sections of Montgomery County without power for 7 to 9 days. City of Conroe infrastructure, water pressure, road drainage, emergency response capacity was overwhelmed by a population that had doubled in 15 years with services that had not kept pace. According to U.S. Census Bureau estimates released in 2025, Montgomery County saw net domestic outmigration for the first time in the 2023-2024 period. A Conroe resident quoted by the Houston Chronicle in late 2024, "The growth happened too fast. The roads are not built for it. The power grid is not built for it. After Beryl, we decided we were done waiting for it to catch up." The alternative most cited is Huntsville, 40 miles north on I-45. Smaller, more stable infrastructure base, home prices running $40,000 below Conroe's post-boom median. City number 6, Arlington. Tarrant County, along I-20 and SH-360, population approximately 400,000. Arlington ranked as the 12th largest net outmigration city in the United States in Redfin's 2024 migration report. For every 100 residents searching to move in, 68 were searching to move out, a ratio that marks Arlington as a structural exit market, not a cyclical one. The structural problem is position. Arlington sits between Dallas and Fort Worth with no direct rail connection to either. It is the largest city in the United States without a public transit system. As remote work flexibility fades, the car-dependent model that made Arlington viable in 2005 becomes a liability in 2026. According to Zillow, Arlington median home values declined 4.1% year-over-year in late 2024, unusual for a city this size. A longtime Arlington resident interviewed by the Fort Worth Star-Telegram in 2024 described the shift. "The entertainment district is great, but when you factor in commute and no rail option, younger buyers are going to Grand Prairie where they get the same price and better access. For residents leaving, Grand Prairie sits 12 miles east on I-20, better I-30 access, comparable pricing, closer to DFW Airport." If you are still tracking this city by city, you are exactly the kind of person who does the homework before making a move. Subscribe and hit the bell, because what is coming next are the cities where the numbers get significantly worse. And number 1 is not who most people would name. City number 5, Round Rock. Williamson County, along I-35, population approximately 133,000. City number 5, Round Rock. Williamson County, along I-35. Round Rock built its identity as a tech suburb. Dell Technologies is headquartered here. In 2023, Dell announced a restructuring that reduced its Austin area workforce by approximately 25%. Round Rock's largest private employer contracted sharply in the same market cycle that pushed home prices to a median of $394,000 by mid-2022. According to Austin Board of Realtors data for 2024, Round Rock median prices pulled back to $341,000, a decline of 13.4% from peak. Days on market expanded from 11 to 47. A former Dell employee quoted by the Austin American-Statesman in 2024 said, "When the layoffs hit and remote work ended, the math of paying Round Rock prices to commute to an office that might not exist in 6 months stopped making sense." The adjustment most residents name is Georgetown, 9 miles north on I-35, comparable infrastructure, prices running $20,000 to $25,000 below Round Rock's corrected median. Moving to number 4. Now for city number 4. City number 4, Pflugerville. Travis County, along SH-130, population approximately 75,000. Pflugerville absorbed overflow from Austin's housing boom, close enough to benefit from Austin's economy, marketed as the affordable alternative. But Travis County crossed a threshold in 2023 that it had not crossed in 2 decades: net domestic outmigration. According to U.S. Census Bureau county-level migration data, Travis County posted approximately 2,500 more residents leaving than arriving in 2023, its first net domestic outflow in 20 years. Pflugerville sits in that outflow stream. Property taxes run 2.1 to 2.4% of assessed value. On a median-priced home at $360,000, that is between $7,500 and $8,600 per year, before homeowners insurance, which rose 28% statewide following back-to-back weather events. A Pflugerville homeowner posting on the Austin subreddit in 2024 wrote, "We bought here to escape Austin prices. 3 years later, we are paying Austin taxes on a Pflugerville house. We are leaving for Tennessee." If you are priced out of Pflugerville, Taylor sits 20 miles east on SH 79. Smaller, Samsung-anchored economy, home prices running $40,000 to $50,000 below Pflugerville's current market. City number 3, Pearland. Brazoria County, along SH 288, population approximately 130,000. Pearland flooded significantly in Hurricane Harvey in 2017. It flooded again in Tropical Storm Imelda in 2019. Hurricane Beryl in 2024 caused a third major weather event in 7 years. According to FEMA's National Flood Insurance Program, average annual flood insurance premiums in Pearland's primary zip codes rose 35% between 2022 and 2024, before Beryl's additional actuarial impact is fully priced in. The structural exposure is the Brazoria County Bayou Drainage System, designed for the rainfall patterns of the 1980s, not the intensified Gulf storm cycles of the 2020s. The $6 billion in regional damage from Harvey and Beryl combined represents the financial case against staying. A Pearland homeowner quoted by the Houston Press in late 2024. Third flood in 7 years. The remediation cost $22,000. Insurance covered $14,000. We cannot do this again. The exit most former Pearland residents identify is Friendswood, 14 miles north on SH 518, higher elevation, significantly lower flood zone mapping, insurance costs running 15% to 20% lower. City number 2, Katy. Harris County, along I-10, population approximately 22,000 in the city proper, but the Katy area, including Cinco Ranch and Cross Creek Ranch, represents a market of roughly 500,000 residents. Katy is where the Texas property tax crisis is most visible. Jose Zayas, profiled by Newsweek in 2024, described purchasing a home in Katy and watching the appraised value jump $48,000 in a single year, from $288,000 to $336,000. His effective property tax rate, 3.55%. His annual tax bill, approximately $11,900. On top of a mortgage, HOA fees averaging $300 to $400 per month, and homeowners insurance that rose sharply after Beryl, the monthly carrying cost reached a level that pushed his family to reassess. Zayas told Newsweek directly, "When I bought, the taxes were manageable. Now I am paying more in property taxes alone than my parents paid for their entire mortgage." For residents facing similar math, Cypress sits 22 miles north on US 290, Harris County, but with assessed values running 12% to 18% below the Katy area market and comparable school district ratings. And the city at number 1. The city that the data says should not be on this list, according to every ranking that shaped the Texas narrative, is Plano. Plano, Collin County, along US 75, population approximately 285,000. Money Magazine has ranked Plano among the best cities to live in America. Niche gives it an A+. The median household income exceeds $88,000. The schools are top tier, and residents are leaving. According to Zillow, Plano home values declined between 2.4% and 8.8% year over year in 2024, the first sustained decline in the modern data record for a city that was supposed to be the proof that the Texas model worked. The exit is documented. Marshall Haas, an entrepreneur who ran a successful remote team, announced publicly in August 2024 that he was leaving the Dallas area for Raleigh, North Carolina. His reason, in his own words on marshallhaas.com, the total cost of the Texas lifestyle, property taxes running between $200,000 and $500,000 per year for high earners, 50-plus days annually above 100 degrees, and traffic, had erased the no-income tax advantage entirely. The state he chose? North Carolina. Property tax rate, 0.73%. The Texas rate he was leaving, between 1.49% and 2.5%. When Plano, the city that was supposed to be the answer, is producing this kind of exit story, the Texas calculation requires a second look. 10 cities, 10 different economic calculations, one pattern. Property taxes that no income tax advantage can offset. Flood exposure that 3 major storms in 7 years have made impossible to ignore. A growth story that outpaced the infrastructure built to support it. Real cities, real numbers, real decisions. If you are moving to Texas, check your target zip code before you sign anything. Drop a comment below with the city you are watching. The number might surprise you.